In Norway, it is common not to engage in conversation with strangers, and there is a great respect for personal space. Sitting next to someone on a bus when other seats are available is considered intrusive. If you decide to initiate a conversation with a stranger in Norway, the most accepted way to do so is by talking about the weather. For these reasons, some people consider Norwegians to be cold or unfriendly. If you are interested in learning more about the culture of this country, stay tuned, as I will share some interesting facts about Norwegians. Subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Trust plays a crucial role in the lives of Norwegians. They attach great importance to it and feel deeply disturbed when it is broken. This emphasis on trust has ancient roots dating back to the Viking era, where being a person of one's word was paramount in Norway. Those who lack this implicit value are considered untrustworthy or even bad people. Additionally, Norwegians are known for their remarkable tolerance. Norwegian society in general easily embraces people with different lifestyles and personalities, even those who may be less accepted in other countries. An example of this is the laws passed in 2009 that allowed same-sex marriage. Furthermore, there are no groups advocating for the merger of the state and religion. It is important to note that religiosity is not a predominant characteristic in Norway. Although most people are members of the Lutheran Church, in practice, they are not religious, do not attend church regularly, and religion is not a common topic of conversation. For this reason, individuals' personal beliefs are not subject to judgment, which is strongly linked to the culture of tolerance in the country. In Norway, there is a value placed on maintaining a balance between work and personal life. It is important that work doesn't completely consume people's lives. If children fall ill, or if someone is overwhelmed and needs an extra day of rest, it is possible to inform work and stay home without any issues. The same goes if there is a need to attend to personal matters during working hours. This flexibility results in a perception of work in Norwegian culture that is very different from countries like Germany or the United States. Additionally, it is common in Norway for young people to buy a property instead of renting a house or apartment. Many start saving and making deposits early on to acquire their first property by the age of 22, even if they don't have the entire capital to purchase it outright. Once they own the property, they invest money to make it exactly how they want it. Norwegians are also known for being very good at saving. They meticulously plan before making a purchase, saving enough to acquire what they need. In Norway, it is not common for people to use credit cards for shopping, as they are accustomed to saving up to obtain everything they require. One significant difference compared to cultures like the American one is the habit of avoiding credit card debt. Norwegians prefer to cook at home whenever possible. Even single individuals often buy groceries and prepare their own meals instead of eating out frequently. This is because food in restaurants in Norway is quite expensive, with a pizza, for example, averaging around $25. Additionally, gender equality in Norway is very high. It is considered one of the best countries to live in as a woman. Men and women equally share household responsibilities, and women hold prominent positions in society. There are women leading companies, occupying high-level positions in the government, and excelling in various professional fields. Norwegians are known for their happiness. Along with other Scandinavian countries, they are ranked among the happiest nationalities in the world. They are patriotic individuals proud of their roots and also have a strong sense of unity among themselves, according to experts. The happiness of Norwegians is related to the country's welfare system, which ensures that all people are well taken care of. They have high living standards, with minimal differences among them. Additionally, Norwegians find joy in adopting hobbies not so much to compete, but as a form of recreation. They were pioneers in modern skiing, and there is a saying that they are born with skis on their feet, as children learn to ski from a very young age. Skiing is even part of the school curriculum, given the country's proximity to the polar region, where some areas have snow even during the summer. Norwegians love to embrace nature and engage in outdoor activities. There are many places for skiing, hiking, and fishing. They are also avid mountain bikers. In Norway, there is a government policy that allows all citizens to access any public property for personal use, making it common for people to camp in various locations. Additionally, It is common for Norwegians to own or rent cabins and mountain lodges to spend time surrounded by nature. Norwegians have a very high literacy rate and are among the most literate people in the world, ranking second only to Finland. They have access to a wide range of newspapers, public libraries, and computers. Free educational resources are constantly available, allowing researchers to make the most of them. Surprisingly, 9 out of 10 Norwegians read at least one book per year, with over 40% of the population claiming to read a book per month. Norwegians dislike confrontation and avoid fights. They have a remarkable ability to let things that bother them slide. While there are exceptions in the northern part of the country, overall Norwegian culture is peaceful, and conflicts tend to be resolved in a calm manner. A striking characteristic of Norwegians is their laid-back nature. They don't live stressed lives, and it is rare to see a Norwegian angry or worked up about something. This represents a stark difference compared to cultures like the German one, where people seem proud of living under constant stress. Furthermore, Norwegians have a good command of the English language. Norwegian is quite similar to English, which makes Norwegians fluent in the language. Despite belonging to the Germanic language family, Norwegian shares significant similarity with English, facilitating communication for foreigners in any part of Norway. Women in Norway tend to be somewhat introverted, as they do not typically socialize with people they do not consider friends. They prefer to spend time with their family and close friends rather than getting involved in unfamiliar environments. When it comes to parties, it is common for them to prefer a quiet dinner with their partner rather than attending crowded events. Family and close relationships hold great importance in the lives of Norwegian women. Furthermore, Norwegian women are known for their independence compared to women from other European nationalities. They strive for gender equality, and it is not common for them to expect a man to pay on their first outing together, nor do they expect to receive expensive gifts from their suitors. They are accustomed to contributing financially equally in relationships. One characteristic that may seem strange to foreigners visiting Norway for the first time is that people in this country often have long pauses during conversations. Silence is not uncomfortable for them, and extended periods of reflection can occur during interactions. Norwegians are known for their punctuality. Arriving on time for any appointment is a norm in Norway, and being late, whether for a business or personal commitment, is considered a serious lack of respect. Those who are not punctual do not make a good impression, whether they are natives or foreigners. Even in adverse weather conditions, buses and trains are on time, exemplifying the importance of punctuality in this culture. Recycling is a deeply rooted habit in Norwegian culture. The importance of recycling is so great in Nordic countries that there is even a type of exercise called plogging, which involves running while collecting litter for recycling. Plastic is always recycled in blue bags, while food waste is collected in green bags. Cans and bottles can be deposited in recycling machines. Fish is a highly popular food in Norway. A wide variety of species, such as Atlantic cod, whitefish, and salmon, thrive in the country's waters. Norwegians consume fish once or twice a week, and it is prepared in various ways, from dried cod to smoked mackerel. Fish plays a significant role in Norwegian cuisine and diet. High school graduation is celebrated in grand style in Norway. One of the biggest celebrations in the country occurs when young people complete their high school education at the age of 18, in the event known as russefaring. Each year, over 40,000 teenagers graduate, and the majority of them participate in this celebration, which takes place from May 1st until Constitution Day on May 17th. Depending on the school they graduated from, they wear red, blue, or black overalls. It is common for them to gather in groups and purchase a vehicle that is painted and equipped with sound systems, in which they travel to various celebrations throughout the country. The big party happens before the final exams take place. Norwegians love to have coffee. Inviting someone for coffee holds a special meaning, as it is expected that you sit down and have a conversation. In fact, the expression ta en kaffe means setting aside time for friends, family, or colleagues. Norway is known for having some of the best coffee shops in the world, with light roast coffee being a specialty. For breakfast, Norwegians consume rakfisk. As mentioned before, they consume a lot of fish, even for breakfast. Rakfisk is a traditional dish where the fish is preserved. In the 19th century, it was common to have oatmeal with salty rakfisk on top. This type of fish is considered a daily delicacy and is salted and preserved in the pantry. The mixture is usually sweet and sour, and the strips of rakfisk have a juicy and spicy flavor. Constitution Day is a highly important occasion in Norway, celebrated on May 17th. It is a nationwide phenomenon, observed in both cities and villages. Norwegians gather to drink champagne and commemorate the Constitution of 1814. Music bands and children's parades march through the main streets of Oslo, while the royal family greets the processions from the balcony. Rows of red flags with blue and white crosses flutter to mark this celebration. People don their bunad, the traditional costume of the country, embroidered with vibrant colors. Some Norwegians even pay up to $10,000 for a silver or gold-embroidered bunad. Trolls hold a special place in Norwegian culture, just as they do in Iceland. They are regarded as malevolent natural forces, with the ability to conjure snowstorms or cause rock slides. Although they have been transformed into tender and benign creatures in some depictions, for Norwegians, they are still considered malevolent beings. It is common to encounter them in the form of statues and also in the names of certain places, such as Trollstigen. As for alcohol, personal consumption must be purchased from the government in Norway. If someone wishes to buy alcohol for home consumption, they must do so at a government-run liquor store known as Vinmonopolet. These stores close early on Saturdays and remain closed on Sundays. In supermarkets, it is possible to find beers with an alcohol content below 5%, and the sale of alcohol ceases before the closing time of the establishment. Babies in Norway are accustomed to the cold from a very young age. Parents take them for outdoor walks for several hours, so they become accustomed to the northern winter, which can include sub-zero temperatures. It is a common practice for children to develop resilience to the cold weather. Norwegians have the habit of eating tacos on Fridays. As strange as it may seem, they love tacos, and in the 90s, it became a trend for families to celebrate the start of the weekend by eating tacos. Nowadays, tacos are not only consumed on Fridays, as they have become a trendy food enjoyed at various occasions. Another custom among Norwegians is to take off their shoes before entering a house. This is a social rule they learn from a young age. Besides showing respect, this practice is related to the fact that Norway has a climate with frequent rain and snow. If they didn't remove their shoes, the floor would require constant cleaning. This rule is so important in Norwegian culture that it is taught to all children in the early years of school. What do you think of these customs and habits of Norway? Would you like to adopt any of them? Share with us in the comments some habits that characterize the culture of your country, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to share it. Until next time.